that one, like putting all these guys on waivers,
So you
do it anyway.
Yep.
You have no room to play him. You signed him to $1.8 million. And you're worried about him scoring on another team. Like,
It's also very funny that they have an opening on the right wing in the top 6, and they're like, if only we had somewhere to give him a chance. We just can't see it.
There's just there's no place for him on this hockey club.
Yeah.
Could he get a shift beside Matthews and Nyes? I don't know. No. I agree. No, I'm just saying if it doesn't, then there's nowhere. You don't want him anywhere. So cut bait. You're right.
Elliot,
I remember Berkey. Remember what he did with Ilya Bryzgalov? He said, we got nothing for him here. We got to put him on waivers and give him a chance somewhere else. Like eventually, you reach that point.
Got to ask you. We also watched Marc-Andre Fleury with a pretty emotional night in Pittsburgh, and I've lost the counts of goodbyes. Hey, listen,
you were really upset by it.
It's not something that it was near and dear to watch for me personally, but it touched a lot of people in Pittsburgh, and for an organization that may not have a lot of upside moving forward, I think it was a real important connection between these guys and that city that has been so loyal to all these players from the moment Mario got drafted. Like they deserved that night. It wasn't for me, but it was certainly for them. But I don't know what the immediate future looks for all of them, including a challenging, not only rebuild, but maybe a transition into new ownership.
Well, I mean, the one thing that someone said to me, Nick, is that they wonder if there's going to be more of this. Like the one name someone mentioned to me was Claude Giroux. Like, could you see a situation if Claude Giroux retires as an Ottawa Senator, where Philly brings him back for one extra? Because it was hugely attended. It was like more fans in a building than for a normal exhibition game. I'm sure they did a killing on concessions and merch and stuff like that. The only thing that might save everyone from that happening is that there's going to be fewer exhibition games. But there were people who looked at that and said, I guarantee you that's not the last time we're going to see that.
Yeah,
as for the Penguins,
it's Marc-Andre Fleury. He's a Hall of Famer. The Stanley Cups, Claude Giroux, love him, but come on, you can't touch that and compare it to Giroux back in Philly, who didn't win a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's interesting to me. It's interesting. I had a couple of people say, this isn't the last time we're going to see this happen.
It's very funny. The Penguins have the goodwill machine, just overdrive. They had the Hall of Fame thing. They inducted Scotty Bowman, Ron Francis, Eddie Johnson, Kevin Stevens, bringing back the old guys, Marc-Andre Fleury. They're just generating as much goodwill before they're just terrible for Gavin McKenna and hopefully a sale. It's all part of the plan.
It makes sense.
That's the thing, too. Like, imagine you're a new owner. First thing, go in there. Okay. Like, that's what happened to Fenway Sports Group. They were supposed to move on from Malkin and Letang. And then when the moment came, they got cold feet. Ron Hextall was hired with that plan, and then they got cold feet. No, we can't do this. So that's a challenge for a new ownership group. Big challenge.
All right. Let's let him go.
Great stuff, Elliot.
Happy birthday again.
If we keep you any longer, you'll be celebrating a new birthday.
See you guys on Thursday night for the third of our exhibition trios.
Can't wait. Thanks for each.
Elliot Friedman.
Take care, guys. See you later.
I say that sarcastically. I actually do love this. I'm so happy the Leafs are back.
And the Jays also do us a huge favor because they keep us on the air all week.
So here's what I was going to say. I didn't want to do it right off the top, but yeah, you guys wouldn't have been upset about a wild card game.
We
left the studio on Friday, and you're like, the wild card wouldn't be the worst thing.
We would have had a few rounds of golf. That's all. The middle of the day would have been.
I broke my ribs, and that's been shut down for a very long time.
Oh, you only had 3 other months of the summer to do it.
That's the only reason I thought maybe.
I will happily be here.
Oh,
Jays
yeah.
and the ALDS.
For sure.
I've been seeing a little bit of this on Twitter about potentially Bill Zito making a big trade. And, because they have all that extra cap space. right? Is it
Oh, yeah, Barkov.
Malkin?
Oh,
Does that make
also
sense?
Problems?
Does that make sense?
Like a big Russian centerman?
Florida always had good Russians there. I don't know. I just thought that was something I thought it'd be interesting because they're going to trade
I've
him.
heard some people mention Crosby.
No way.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's doable. I don't think it's doable. But
no way. He's not going to go to Florida. Come on.
First of all,
he's a legacy guy.
I
He's not going to
still
go to
believe that, and I think at the end of March it could be all 7 months, if my math is correct.
Yes.
Right.
It takes you to
So
April. 7
it takes you to April.
They said 7 to 9 months.
There's
pretty
a sense
specifically.
that you, like, first of all, like, we're under that cap. So his 10 million, is he a 10?
Yeah.
Well, we'll have
What a
to be
contract.
included there. So what's Malkin at? 6.5, 7?
Yep. But then you get to playoffs. You know, there is some chicanery they can do to
People
kinda,
get hurt. Like, you never know who's going to be in the lineup. Like,
just to get you where you're going and figure it out in playoffs. I don't know.
I can just picture Malkin in the pit in that jersey.
You're not in horrible shape with Bennett and Lundell. That Lundell's sneaky. He's a legit number 2 in my opinion right now.
Yeah, their second line is their third line from the final last
And
year.
then you didn't have to move Rodriguez. There's another serviceable player, though I'm sure can kind of play top 9. So I don't see a big panic right now to go and plug a hole in anytime soon.
That Mackie Samoskevich, what do you have, 15, 20 last year? He's going to get more than that this year. It's a good team, guys. I don't know if you heard about them.
Reinhardt.
Does Reinhardt still play?
Reinhardt can play center.
Verhaeghe, Bennett, Luosterainen, Marchand.
They got a lot of guys.
A lot of guys back end.
I do like Lindell. It's a good point.
Oh,
He's
Forsling,
he's
Mikola
stud.
Jones,
He's solid.
Kulikov.
Solid.
They're-
Let's take a break.
All right, you heard the man. Catch his breath. Blue Jays, Ryder Cup. Man,
Oh
you're
my God.
exhausted.
Ryder Cup was
Did a
unbelievable.
hockey game break out there or what?
That was very Long Island, New York.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Humanity.
What do I don't do people care? Should we do
Love you,
golf
Long
takes?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Give me one before
Quickly.
we go to break.
People were just, people love piling on the States, myself included. And everybody was just immediately taking Justin Rose's side in that, like, the line thing with his caddy or whatever. But Bryson's caddy legitimately thought that he was away. Like, he's not going to go in Justin Rose's line and be like, ooga booga, ooga booga. Like, he thought he was away. And Rose was pompous about it. He was rude, and he deserved to have something said to him. So that's that.
He did apologize, though, didn't he?
Yeah, kind of after. They said it was over, and, Ted Scott and Francisco Molinari did the weirdest video together saying that there's no beef or whatever. But I just think that, like, everybody gets
didn't have that
blinded.
big of a problem with that.
No, I loved it.
Awesome.
I loved it.
And
Makes it great.
Start to finish was awesome.
It's
But everybody blamed Bryson, and I didn't
incredible-
think he necessarily
It's incredibly intense. You can have a weak moment where you snap for an innocent situation with the caddy. It was innocent.
Yeah.
It's actually one of
I
the most
agree with you. He didn't do anything.
yeah,
He wasn't trying to throw anybody
No.
off. But if Rose snapped at him for 5 seconds, it's okay.
Also, it's got to be frustrating
Pompous.
for DeChambeau that, like, he can't just, like, Donkey Kong ballot like Donald and Fleetwood and just like, put them away.
Lunatic. Like, he made that putt to have on the 18th, and he forgot to shake Fitzpatrick's hand because he was like, like he just didn't know what to do with his body. So,
Yeah,
anyways.
well, he made the putt on 9 to win that hole, and he looked like he just scored a touchdown with
He's
the tush push.
unbelievable.
Like, yeah.
Anyways, there's
Okay,
golf
we'll
takes.
take a quick break. When we return, plenty more, especially here in Canada. The Jets with a key injury for the next 4 to 6 weeks. McDavid and Draisaitl have a new winger. Plenty more when we return to Real Kipper and Bourne. Welcome back into the studio. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Sammy with his Blue Jay jersey.
Yes, buddy. Yes.
Hope you're not peaking early here. We got a whole week.
Honestly,
Do you know how many Blue Jays hats he has? Like,
Oh.
at least a dozen.
at least.
He'll have fresh gear all the way through.
Do you have
Yeah.
like one closet or the hats scattered all over the place?
Please don't.
Bro, let's ask Allie.
Because sometimes the alley listens to the show. And
Yeah.
It's a point.
Also a source of tension at my house. My
It's like
wife
they're
is
like-
regularly trying to
But
throw hats
they're
out.
like, some of the doors have like hats hanging on like the on like the handle.
You got to do better than that.
No, I know.
Go home and
yourself
leave
out
one
of
on the couch. You'll hear it too.
They're not. It's not organized. But nothing in my life is very organized, quite frankly.
Sammy, you got some Kypreos Clippers?
Yeah, actually. So we talked about this a little bit last week with Stolars. I remember you saying, you even did bring this up to Tree about Stolars potentially betting on himself this season. And at his press conference this morning, because he addressed the media after practice, somebody asked him about that. Not your question, but the thing. Derek, if we could get Stolars clip 2 on him potentially betting on himself this season.
I mean, you obviously have those thoughts, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is where I wanted to be. Last summer, or 2 summers ago, I guess, this organization showed a lot of faith in me to sign me to a 2-year contract, and everything has been first class, and I've really enjoyed my stay here. So for me, if something could be worked out where I could stay long term and be a part of this group, I thought it was a win-win for both sides.
Yeah, this whole thing, betting on yourself is. Yeah, people should do a study on it.
Why is that? To me, you bet
because
on making $15 million.
It's all about, I guess, personality and the type of person you are and how aggressive you are. And to your point, how much are you willing to mess with $15 million to turn it into $30 million?
Yeah.
It's a big question. I wonder if, we're hoping to talk to him at some point, and I don't know if we will or not, but you wonder if he has worries too, right? Like his health more than other people's health is like, am I sure this is going to hold up? Maybe I should sign
on the dotted line.
I think there's for sure a lot of truth to that. I think in this instance, though, I think it has more to do with him just kind of where his comfort zone is and what he thinks he
down
is.
To home. He's found he's a starter in a big
No, he's not a starter. He's not, but he's a starter on the Leafs.
Oh, that's insulting.
So you
think
but
he's
still,
the 34th best goalie in the league?
No, why is that insulting?
Well, because he had the best save percentage in the NHL last year, and he's their guy who's going to start.
But you're getting caught up in like, what is the true sign of a number 1 goalie in your opinion?
He hasn't been one though. I understand he's
for
had
his whole
injuries.
career.
He hasn't been for his whole. Well, last year I'd call him the
Why?
tandem.
Why would you do that?
Why'd you do what?
Why wouldn't you call him, instead of calling him a legit starter, why wouldn't you say he's one of the best second kind of guys?
Because I believe
in the league,
he's as good as starters in the NHL, and I know he hasn't played games, but
this contract doesn't reflect that.
This
this
contract,
a
tandem guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's why he's not like, if I would have asked you, would his AAV end up being less than $4 million? You probably would have told me I'm crazy.
I said to some insider at some point not that long ago, I was like, I think it was like 4.5. Will he get 4 times 4.5? And they said higher.
This contract doesn't reflect a starting goalie in the NHL.
Well, maybe it's an excellent contract then. Because if he gives him 40 games of what he gave him last year, it's an incredible deal.
Yeah. Can he give him 45?
Even if
46.
But that's what's so incredible about this.
But
he
according
doesn't
to this
have
contract, the answer is no.
Well, he's being paid for it to be no.
$5 million, even on guys that we question. Like $5 million went to Joey Decord in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Like nobody would look at Joey Decord and say, this is the future of Seattle, and he's going to lead them to the promised land. Jari, who has had stints in the minors last year, is making $5 million.
That was a
Do you know why?
Contract.
Do you know why they're making $5 million? Because they have shown an ability to play 50-plus games.
Yeah.
I want to know what your point is.
Yes, me too.
My point is that Stolar signed this because he knows what he is.
Okay.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I don't have anything to rebuttal with that.
It's not reflective of a legit number 1 goalie on a Stanley Cup team.
Now, here's what's complicated with
I'm not saying he can't get there. But I'm saying in all probability, he's not that guy, and that's based on over 10 years of proof.
Right, but he was a backup for years and years.
Yeah.
He was a backup. So, guys get better, they earn their starting job, whatever. So I don't think it's like he's tried to be a starter 10 times and has been injured 10 times.
Why?
He was a backup for a lot of
Of course, he tried to be a starter for 10 years.
Well, he wasn't good enough to be a starter. Now he's good enough to be a starter. He has been probably the last few years. And last year was really
good. Like, what makes you say he's good enough to be a starter?
Well, last year, I mean, his numbers and everything have indicated he's
over
ready.
34 games.
Sure.